welcome everybody to this week's episode of Cruise News, episode 6. This week we've got some exciting news from Norwegian Cruise Line. They announced just this morning, or the morning I filmed this, so a few days ago, that they are sending Norwegian Sun over to Port Canaveral, Florida. And the significance behind this is that she will be cruising to Havana, Cuba. Now, this will be their second ship servicing to Cuba. Right now, they currently have Norwegian Sky out of Miami. This is a pretty big deal because not only is Sun cruising to Cuba, because many ships aren't, but this is Norwegian Cruise Line's second ship to be servicing to Cuba. And, you know, that's a pretty positive sign from the Cuban cruise market, as Norwegian's getting a lot of big and good responses from their cruises there. The Norwegian Sun will offer 3- and 4-night cruises out of Port Canaveral, Florida. The 3-night cruises will go to Nassau and Great Stirrup Cay, which is their private island. And then the 4 nights will go from Canaveral down to Key West and over to Havana, Cuba, stay overnight, and then back up to Canaveral. I'm very looking forward to seeing this ship down there. And before she comes down, she's currently over on the West Coast in Alaska for the summers. Before Norwegian Sun comes down, she will be undergoing a 2.5-week dry dock, part of the Norwegian Edge program, which is basically updating and refurbishing all of their ships and just upgrading basically anything they can. And once she receives those upgrades, she's going to make her way down. I believe it's either a 14 or a 15-night cruise through the Panama Canal and up to Port Canaveral, Florida. And like I said, she will be the second ship out of Port Canaveral, or out of Norwegian Cruise Line's fleet, to sail to Cuba. And they are the only cruise line to have more than one ship. To be replacing Norwegian Sun out on the West Coast for the Alaska seasons will be Norwegian Jewel. For the winter of 17 and 18, she's sailing down to Australia and then up to Asia. Whenever she is done with that, whenever that season is over, she's going to make her way back over to the west coast of the US and then up to Alaska to replace Norwegian Sun. This is also part because the Alaskan cruise market for Norwegian Cruise Line has been expanding a lot. So obviously they're going to need bigger ships to basically fill that expanding market out there. And joining Norwegian Jewel will be the brand new Norwegian Bliss. So they've got 2 pretty decent sized ships out there in Alaska for next year, which is always very exciting. I can't wait to cruise to Alaska. I never have, and I am not booked to anytime soon, but it's on my bucket list. In recap, we've got Norwegian Sun heading to Port Canaveral, Florida to go to Cuba, which is their second ship, and replacing will be Norwegian Jewel, and Norwegian Jewel will go to Alaska with Bliss. Besides that, that's all we have for this week's episode. It's kind of short, but very, very exciting. So give this video a thumbs up, comment below what you think. Let me know if you've cruised to Cuba before. My grandparents just got back from Norwegian Sky from Cuba, actually. They said they loved it. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you want to cruise to Cuba. And that's pretty much it. Like, share, subscribe, and that's about it. Links to Instagram and Facebook are down below, and I will see you guys next week for a discussion video. Thank you for watching, and keep cruising.